Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you have ever worked with Prometheus or any monitoring tool, you might have probably seen something known as scrape interval. But exactly what does that mean and how does it affect your monitoring setup? Let's break it down in simple terms. So, first thing first, what is a scrape interval? So, scrape interval is a frequency at which your monitoring system, like Prometheus, collects data from a target. For example, if your scrape interval is set to 15 seconds, Prometheus will reach out to the application it's monitoring every 15 seconds and pull in the latest metrics. Think of it like checking your phone for notifications. You can check it every minute or maybe every 10 minutes or once an hour. But the more frequently you check, the more up to date you are. But why does scrape interval matter? So, scrape interval plays a big role in how fresh your data is and how detailed your time series becomes. Let me explain this with an example. So, if you set the interval to 1 second, you will have very granular data, great for short spikes or fast changing metrics. But if you set it to 60 seconds, you might miss short lived issues like a spike in a CPU that lasted for maybe say 10 seconds. So, so it's a trade-off between data resolution and resource usage. So shorter intervals is like more accurate insights, but it takes higher storage and the processing costs are also high. And longer intervals means the resource usage is less, but then you have less visibility into quick anomalies. Now, how to configure scrape intervals? So you will have a Prometheus YML config file. So in that, under global, you'll have scrape interval metadata. So that you can specify 15s. So that 15s represents 15 second by default. But here is a cool part. You can override it per job. You can have under different job names. You can have different scrape interval. So if you are monitoring multiple targets, you can specify the different scrape interval for each of the targets. Here's a quick tip. Use shorter intervals for real-time monitoring or alerting critical apps, and use longer intervals for low priority services to save resources, and always balance detail with storage because metrics can grow fast. And that's a scoop on scrape intervals. Simple concept, powerful impact.